What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm doing the try a chapter tag. I'm pretty sure it's a tag video. Basically last night I was having the hardest time choosing what was going to be my next read. I finished the Poppy War 2 days ago now and I loved it, and I didn't know if I wanted to pick up the sequel or if I wanted to pick up another book. So I stared at my bookshelf for like 15 minutes I think, and I did not choose a book. Instead I went and watch some Dexter. I've been rewatching some Dexter lately, and so that's what I did last night instead of reading. So today I decided to do this video because I thought it would be really fun. And basically you pick up a bunch of books, read the first chapter of them, and then you choose what's going to be your next read. And I might do a reading vlog as well on the book that I choose today, so stay tuned in a few videos for a reading vlog on the book that I choose in this video. I think it's going to be really fun. I have about 8 books that I chose today. I have a wide variety of them. So I have some fantasy books, I have some romance, I have some sequels because I want to focus on some sequels this year. I even have a French book. I think it's going to be fun. I'm gonna show you guys the 8 books, and then we might move into my living room while I read the first chapter of them because I want to be comfortable, I want to be cozy. Yeah, we'll just get into the books that I chose for today. So the first one is obviously the Poppy War, no, the second book to the Poppy War. It is the Dragon Republic. Like I said, I finished the first book a few days ago now, like 2 days ago now, and I loved it. And so I was debating on whether I wanted to pick up the second book right away. So I decided to put this book on my list. The next book that I have was on my January TBR, but I haven't picked it up yet, and it's going to be Six Crimson Crane by Elizabeth Lim. I don't know why, I've been really wanting to read this book lately. I've heard some great things about it, so I've been wanting to pick it up, and I've already started it. I've read the first chapter, but like in December, like beginning of December, so I think I'm just gonna read the first chapter and see if I want to read this book over the other ones. This is about a girl who has a curse, and every time she speaks, one of her brother dies, I think. People say it's really good. It's really like magical and like whimsical, and the cover is really pretty, so I'm excited. The next one that I have is one that I think I'm going to put on every month's TBR this year, and it's going to be From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I really want to read this book. This is in my top 9 books that I want to read this year. I'm excited. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see if this one wins. Next book is a romance book that I got not too long ago. I haven't even filmed a haul on it, and it is The Pool Boy by Nikki Sloane. This book I picked up because it was on Jessica's Peace Love Books favorite book of the year, and I've been wanting to read it for a while. It's about this woman, this like older woman who just finds out that her husband is cheating on her with his boss, his male boss. So she's like having a midlife crisis, and then she gets into a relationship with her son's best friend, I think. So it's like an age gap, kind of forbidden romance. I'm excited to see what this one is about. This is the second book in a series, but I've heard you can read them in out of order and it's fine. So that's the other one that I have. Next one is going to be The Inheritance of Orquidea, Divina. This book I've seen around for a little while and people are loving it, and I've heard of some really good things about this. I am not exactly sure what this is about. It's about the girl, it's about a inheritance, I'm pretty sure, but I've heard some really good things about it, so maybe this is going to be my next read. Next one that I have is actually my French book that I have. If you guys saw my goals of the year, I said I wanted to read more books in French. I want to read at least 6 this year, so one every other month basically. I think it's very like doable and very reasonable as a goal, and so I decided to put a French book in here, and the one I picked is Un Weekend sur Deux, which is basically 1 weekend out of 2, something like that. This is a pretty popular series here in Quebec, so I mean, if you know about this, let me know. It would be really fun. From what I understand, it's a girl who recently got divorced and she is getting back into the market for like getting back into the dating scene. I think it's a 3-book series, I think, and so I don't know, I'm really excited. I've heard some great things about this one from some French booktubers, so I'm excited. Next one is another romance book, and it is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I actually just got the loan for the audiobook from my library, so that's why I put it on this list. It's one that I've been wanting to read for quite a while now, ever since it came out. So it came out in, I don't know when, it came out last year, and this is the author of Red, White and Royal Blue, which I loved that book last year. I read it and it was so good. And this is a female romance, and there is time travel, I think, and I've heard some really good things about this one as well, so I'm excited to pick this one up. I don't like this. Let's put this here. So I'm excited to pick this one up. Okay, so the last book that I have on my list to read right now is going to be The Winter of the Witch by Katherine Arden. This is the third book in the Winter Night series. Look at me trying to read more sequels, pat on the back. So this, like I said, is the third book and final book in the Winter Night trilogy. I read the first two books December and early January, and I really like them. They are very slow-paced book, not something that I would think I would love, but I ended up really enjoying them, and I really want to see where the third book and final book goes. So far, it gets better and better as the series grows, so I'm really excited for the third book. So these are all of the books that I have that I want to read the first chapter. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go in my living room to read them. I might make a coffee and then just snuggle up on my couch and read these chapters, these first chapter, and I will update you after each book, I think. And so let's go. Okay, so we are on my couch. My cat just, well, my cat is leaving, so whatever. I have my coffee right here, my phone and my headphones. We're gonna put on some music and we're gonna read the books. The first one that I have is The Pool Boy by Nikki Sloane. Let's see how many pages is the first chapter. Oh, so it's 10 pages, so it shouldn't be that long. And I will put on some music and I'll talk to you when I read the first chapter. The first chapter. I'm guessing it's kind of like a prologue because I see chapter 2 and then I see 10 months later, but I just read the first chapter. I'm actually really liking it so far. I can feel like this is going to be a very steamy book, a very spicy book, I guess you should say. But basically the first chapter is them at a restaurant because it's her birthday, and then he has to leave because his boss called him into work, and then she finds him obviously with his boss, you know. And so it's basically what the synopsis said. The first chapter is basically what the synopsis said, so it did make me want to read it more. So I mean, so far so good. I did want to keep this book for a separate video though, so we'll see what I end up doing. We'll see if any of the other books really capture me more, but I really enjoyed it. And also one thing that's really cool, I know this is the second book in a series, and the first book is called The Good Doctor, I'm pretty sure, and I think they reference him in the first chapter, so that's kind of nice. If I like this book, then I might end up actually reading the first book. So far so good. I really enjoyed it. I think it's going to be one of those addicting romance book, which is kind of what I am hoping for when I read these type of romance book. This is a self-published book, I'm pretty sure, like a indie author self-published romance book, so I'm kind of wanting an addicting type of romance book, and I think this is going to be it. So far so good. Next one that I'm going to pick up is going to be this one, The Inheritance of Orquidea Divina. Let's see. There's a table of content in that book. Like, I rarely see this in books. Let's see how long is the first chapter. Hoping it's not too long. 16 pages, but you start at page 5, so it's really not that bad. It's another 10-page chapter. I'll read this one. Book, The Inheritance of Orquidea Divina. I'm not sure. I enjoy it. The first chapter is basically just setting everything up. We kind of just met the Orquidea and we kind of just know a little bit of her, but not too much. It's good so far. I will say this was better at making me want to read more. It was good. It was just a bit slower, I guess. It's just there's a little bit of magic so far, but we don't know too much. They keep a lot of things. The author keeps a lot of things like secrets still, so I don't know. I still think this is the best. So I still think this is more interesting. It's interesting. It's intriguing, I should say. But I think this made a better job into making me want to read more. So next one is going to be, I want to keep From Blood and Ash for the end. So next one is going to be Six Crimson Crane by Elizabeth Lim. Like I said, I've already read the first chapter, but I'm going to reread it because I read it in December. I still remember a lot of it, but I just want to reread it just to be fair to this book, because I've read the first chapter a while ago. All of my favorite books, I always keep like everything inside of them, so I'll just keep the bookmark. So the first chapter is 10 pages once again. Okay, so I just finished the third book now. That was so quick. The font in this book is like super big, so it went by really fast. I think so far I'm really liking it, and I think this is gonna be, well, out of the 3 books that I read so far, this is the top one. It's just such like a sweet book so far. She has like a paper, do we see it? No, but she kind of has this pet that's like a paper bird that she, with magic, was able to like bring to life, which I think it's so cute. And I don't know, the writing style is super easy to read, super fast to read, and it's really intriguing me. So far there's a dragon, which, I mean, I love dragon, and by the way the first chapter ended, I mean, I guess that's not a spoiler because it's the first chapter, but you know she's not gonna die, but she's in a weird position, I guess. So yeah, I think it's gonna go on the top for now. So it goes Six Crimson Crane, The Pool Boy, and then The Inheritance of Orquidea Divina. It was a really short chapter too, so maybe that's why it made me want to read more, but I'm liking it so far. Okay, next we'll go with my French book, which is, this is a Weekend Soldier. Like I said, this is about a girl who just got divorced, I think, and then she's back on the market. Let's see the first chapter. Once again, the font is like super big in this book. So let's see, there's a prologue and then there's a first chapter. The prologue is only three pages. We'll see how long is the first chapter. Should I read the prologue and the first chapter? Yeah, I'll do that just because. It's 30 pages though, but the font is... You guys want to see the cutest thing ever? Yeah. So I just finished the first chapter of the... Oh, lighting. I just finished the first chapter of the 4th book. This reminds me a lot of The Pool Boy, especially the prologue of this. The prologue is only like 2 pages, but it's basically this girl who wants to surprise her husband. I think they're married or not, boyfriend. Anyway, surprise her partner, and he is cheating on her with another girl. So that's the first chapter, so it's very similar than this. But then I did read the first chapter because the prologue was only a page, like 2 pages, and it's really cute, really fun so far. I think I mean, if you know these types of books, these are very like chick lit, super fast paced, very easy to read book. I don't know if it's gonna be my next read, but it's up there. I really enjoyed it. This one, I read it super fast, and I like that they're just got onto a dating app. So that's always fun when romance book include like dating apps or like more modern things in their books. I always like that. I don't know why. But so I think it's gonna go, it's gonna go there, like equal to the pool boy. Like I said, these are pretty similar, except this one is going to be a more steamy book, I'm pretty sure, and this one is going to be more of a like women's fiction type of romance book, but the premise of the book are pretty similar. So I think this one is going to be a little bit more addicting, and this one is going to be more fun and fluffy. So we'll see. I still think I want to read Six Crimson Queen more. So we are halfway there. I have 4 more books left on my pile right here, but I think I'm gonna stop because it's 3 o'clock and I kind of want to make some brownies. So I'll make some brownies and I'll come back here and read some more. I still have from Blood and Ash, One Last Stop, and then the Winter of the Witch, and then the Dragon Republic. But I've read for a little while now, so I'm gonna take a small break and I'll come. So I just finished chapter 1 of, what is this called? The Winter of the Witch. And I don't know where I'm gonna put it. It is the 3rd book in the series, so it has a different feel to it, and also it's a very different fantasy book. And every book in this series so far has kind of felt standalone-ish. Like they can stand on their own, every book of them. You understand why it's a series, but they still kind of finish off pretty well, and pretty, like, everything is pretty, every storyline is pretty closed off. So I don't know exactly where this story is going so far. So I do want to read it though. Do I want to read it more than Six Crimson Queen? I don't know. We'll see what I do, but it was an interesting start. I mean, it was nothing new. It takes place right after the 2nd book, so it's nothing unusual, I should say. But it was good. It was really good, and I just don't know where the story is going right now. So I don't know if the first chapter really made me want to read the rest of the book, but I do want to read it just because I've read the first 2 books and I really enjoyed the first 2 books. So now let's go with, I guess I'll do this one. Well, I guess I'll do From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. How long is the first chapter? I have a feeling that these chapters are pretty long. 36 pages, but you start at 17. Okay, so it's not too bad. It's like 20 something pages. Let's get reading. I will say I have read the first like few lines a lot of time. I don't know how many times, but probably like 4 or 5 times, because I tried starting this book at least 4 or 5 times now, so I do know the first few lines of this book. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter of From Blood and Ash, and I think this is going to be my next read. Oh my god. I am really liking it so far. Maybe it's one of the longer first chapters, maybe that has to do with it, but and also this kind of leaves on a mini cliffhanger, just like Six Crimson Queen did. So that's always a page turner for me. I always want to continue the book when every chapter leaves on a mini cliffhanger. So it's gonna be one of those 2, but I think I'm leaning on this one. It's crazy. I've read the first few pages, I think, like a few times now, and I never continue with the book, and I don't know why, but now I've read the first chapter and I'm really liking it. It went right into the action. It went right into the plot line. There were enough world building in the first chapter where I knew everything, not everything obviously, but like I knew enough, but it was enough. I think I'm gonna read this book. We'll see. I still have 2 more books to read, so I'll go with this one, One Last Stop by McQuiston. Yeah, I have the audiobook for this one, so I'm gonna start the audiobook, but oh my god, I kind of really want to just read From Blood and Ash now. But I'm gonna read this one. I have 2 more books left. I'm gonna read it. I don't like the lighting. I'll go back in my book room, I guess. Yeah, this is much better. Much better. Okay, so I don't know what I want to do now. I just finished the first chapter. Oh, this is very close. Oh, look at this. I don't know what I want to do now. I just finished the first chapter of One Last Stop, and I don't know. I'm really liking this one too. It's very different, obviously, than from Blood and Ash. So, you know, there's that. I probably should have only done like fantasy or only romance or something, because they're so different. I don't know. So basically, it's about this girl who just got to New York for college, I'm pretty sure, and then she's looking for an apartment, and that's basically what happened. And I'm just loving it. I'm loving it so far. It's very, very different than this one, but it's just, I don't know. And I still have to read the first chapter of the Dragon Republic. I probably should not have picked so many books because I want to read them all, because I still want to read Six Kings and Crane. Oh my god. This is a fail. It's such a different feel. It's very modern, obviously. She works at a pancake restaurant, which is really fun. I'm really liking the new characters, her roommates. I'm really liking them. It's only 1 chapter. We just met the other girl too, so that's, I think, why I'm really wanting to read the rest of this book. I don't know. So, like I said, I only have the Dragon Republic left to read. I'm pretty sure these chapters... Oh, I love the... Oh, I didn't... New book. Oh, 22 pages. Not too bad. So, let's get to reading. Oh, I got so confused. It's 8 years prior. That's why. I don't want to spoil anything, but I got really confused. Okay, so it actually went by way faster than what I thought it was, because there's a prologue and then there's a chapter 1, and I actually just read the prologue, which is like 4 pages. And I think I'm gonna keep this book for next month because I don't want to read it now. So I think I got so sucked into these 2 books. So these are going to be my next read. Probably stay tuned for a reading vlog for these books. It's going to be these 2. I cannot choose between these 2. I actually went on a walk and I kept thinking about these 2 books all the time. So I can't choose between these 2. It's going to be... They're so different too, so it's hard to choose which one between each I would want to read more. They're like completely different. So there's that as well. Six Kings and Crane is very much up there as well, so that's kind of the top 3 that I have. And then the other ones, obviously they're all good. None of them really I did not want to continue. I think the one that I'm the least excited about is going to be this one, not because it's a bad book. Only reading the first chapter, I can already tell the writing style is going to be very descriptive, which is not always my favorite type of writing style. I like it more straight to the point normally. And also I think it's the one that didn't get right into the like plot line compared to all the other ones. All the other ones went straight into the plot line, went straight into what the book was supposed to be in. This one, the first chapter, and it's not a prologue, it's a chapter. It's just, I didn't get too much out of it, so I would have to read more than the first chapter for me to really get into the story. So that's kind of why this is my least exciting book, but I still want to read it one day. So that's it for reading the first chapter of these books. Like I said, my next read are going to be One Last Stop in From Blood and Ash, which I'm so excited that I'm finally picking up this book. It's so weird. I just had to push through a little bit than the first few pages for me to really get into this book, really. I'm gonna switch to the pretty copy because I already want to annotate some stuff in this book, so I want to annotate it in my pretty copy. I think I'm gonna sell this one, probably, we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night depending on when you're watching this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
I can't believe that you came into my